Crisan is that I simply just use it by itself for the most part. So when I'm about to put Crisan in my hair, just Crisan by itself is so good for your hair. There are incredible ingredients here full of essential oils, and everybody knows, if you've studied like naturopathic medicine or Ayurvedic medicine, you know that essential oils are used to help stimulate your hair growth and get your hair growing healthy and properly again. So I highly recommend just looking at the ingredients themselves and even researching them and seeing, what does lavender do for hair growth, or what does peppermint do for hair growth, or there's 55, so that'll keep you busy. Now, different people will use different amounts regardless of their hair length, and it really depends on the nutrition of your hair. If your hair is very dry and extremely damaged, and if you've bleached it a lot, or if you've used a lot of heat styling products on your hair and you need to repair it, your hair will have a high porosity, which means that your hair will soak in that oil so much more than if you have really healthy, strong hair already when you're using Crisan. So when I use Crisan, I usually use it on my entire hair, from my scalp down to my ends. I usually just take a measuring cup like this, and I don't need usually more than a quarter cup to saturate my scalp and my hair from root to tip. I've been using this recipe for so many years. My hair is very healthy. So you might have shorter hair and find that you need to use more, or you might have long hair like me and find that you need to use even less. It really depends on the health of your hair and how porous your hair is, how much your hair soaks that oil in. So what I'll do is I'll just take a measuring cup and pour, let's say, just about a quarter cup, not too much. And then I just take an old foundation brush like this one here. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy. In fact, you're probably going to want something that you can ruin because you're going to just put oil all over it. So I just take this foundation brush and I dip it in Crisan, and then I part my hair in sections and apply section by section. And the way that I'll do that is, normally I just start at the very base near my temples here and make a little line and separate so that there's a little line, and just kind of apply it here to my scalp. Then I'll go about an inch away and make another line here and do the same thing all the way until I finish my entire scalp. After I apply to my scalp, I give it a nice massage for about 2 minutes. Massages really help the blood flow circulate through your scalp. It's just one of those things that when you're trying to increase your hair growth, when you're trying to stimulate healthy hair growth, you just always want to give a very soothing massage to your head. After I've massaged it pretty well and my hair closest to my scalp is pretty well saturated, I'll take the remainder of the oil and apply it throughout my hair until I'm finished all the way down to my tips. And after I finish applying it, I just like to massage through my hair until everything is pretty well saturated. Then when I'm fully finished and I have complete oil all over my scalp and hair, I tie my hair into a loose bun at the very top of my head. I do not use any hair ties or pins or anything because my hair is long enough now that I don't really have to do that. But I also understand that, sometimes you might have to use those things. If you're using hair ties, be very careful because when you're putting a hair tie on, it can twist and break your hair strands. So I like to not use any hair ties. I keep it in a bun on the top of my head and tie it in a knot. Kind of like this, but full of oil. Now, one of the really great things about self-care and taking care of your hair and doing different hair masks is that you do not have to do the same thing every single time. And that's why I love using Crisan, because Crisan covers the basis for all of the different oils that you would normally use in a hair mask. It has all of your essential oils that are so powerful, but it also has very good bases like coconut and almond and jojoba and argan oils that things that have so many nutritious properties that are excellent for your hair and scalp health. So since Crisan covers the bases for all the oils, there's plenty of room to add things that you like to make your hair mask more fun and more personal, something that is more tailored towards your hair type. That's what I'd like to show you right now, is a few different recipes and things that you can use with Crisan that are excellent for your hair health and that are really fun and exciting to try out. The first ingredient that I want to talk to you about is the beautiful coconut. In one of my upcoming videos, I'm going to teach you how to make coconut milk out of this coconut, which is really fun, very exciting. This is the tool that I use to do it, which looks so dangerous, but once you get the hang of it, it's really fun. But for time's sake, I'm just going to tell you to just take about 1/3 cup to 1/2 cup of coconut milk. Then you're just going to pour that coconut milk in a bowl like so. And then you're going to want to add some Crisan to it, probably about between 1/8 to 1/4 cup, just enough to fully saturate your hair. And then just stir it around like so. Coconut milk is so great if you have really dry, damaged hair and want a lot of moisture. Coconut milk is definitely the way to go. So what I would do is I would take my foundation brush and just apply it the same way that I would my regular Crisan. You can leave it on your hair for about 30 minutes to 1 hour, then you're going to want to wash it out. You can leave Crisan in your hair by itself overnight without any problem. It's a very gentle and safe formulation, but things like coconut milk and the other ingredients that I'm going to show you, they're things that you're going to just want to leave while you're awake for an hour, even 30 minutes, and just wash it out because your pillowcase will thank you if you do that. Now this next hair mask that I'm going to teach you has a very simple ingredient that's extremely powerful, a banana. Healthy hair strands typically have a pretty good rate of elasticity, but when your hair is brittle and damaged, just a tiny tug can snap your hair strands. Bananas are full of potassium. By using banana puree on your hair strand along with a powerful oil like Crisan, your hair is able to lock in moisture, become extremely strong, withstand all that tugging and pulling, and it's much less likely to break. The way that I do it is very simple. Simply take any banana and you're just going to want to cut it into little pieces into the blender. Add 1/4 cup of Crisan and blend it. What you're left with is this nice thick paste that you just kind of apply to your hair in the same way that you would any hair mask. Leave it in for only 30 minutes and then wash it out with your regular shampoo and conditioner. Now you can even switch it up. You can add coconut milk to that recipe. You can add avocado or honey or other things to just spice it up. Speaking of avocado, the next recipe that I'm going to show you is one of my absolute favorites. I've been doing it for about 4 years now, and I love the way that it makes my hair look and feel. It is an avocado and Crisan hair mask. First, you're just going to want to cut an avocado in half. And then you're just going to scoop it into a blender like this. You can break it up into little pieces or you can cut it, whatever works for you. I use a full avocado because I also use it for my children's hair. I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of Crisan and 1/4 cup of pomegranate juice for some shine. This is excellent to use on your hair. You just want to use a regular old foundation brush and apply it to your entire scalp and all along your hair strands from the roots all the way down to your tips. Leave it in for about 30 minutes or 1 hour and then wash it out like you normally would with your regular shampoo and conditioner. If you are trying to add luster and shine to damaged and dull hair, pomegranate juice is full of antioxidants and it's excellent to add shine. If you don't have pomegranate juice, just use 6 strawberries instead. Cut the top off the strawberries and add them to the blender and blend them with 1/4 cup of Crisan. Apply it to your scalp, your entire strand from root to tip. Leave it in for 30 minutes to an hour and then wash it out. The next hair mask that I want to teach you about, it uses an ingredient that is extremely popular, especially in India, and it's very well known for its hair growth properties. It's called curry leaf. Curry leaf is something that is used in many traditional Indian recipes, but it's extremely good when applied topically for your hair. Now, I've already made this beforehand and I don't have a video of it, but what I did was I took about half a pound of curry leaves and I put them in a food processor and blended them with water into a paste. I have about half a cup of curry leaf paste here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it to a bowl with a little over a quarter cup of Crisan. I'm just going to blend it. I want to make sure it's blended really well before applying so that it looks kind of like a thick paste. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this paste and apply it to my scalp the same way I apply all of my hair masks on my entire scalp and my hair strands. This is no different, and I would leave this mask in for probably about an hour to an hour and a half. The longer the better, because curry leaves are so good for you. Okay, now I want to teach you how to make a scalp scrub. And you would use this if your scalp has any buildup or impurities that you want to get rid of. Okay, the first ingredient that you're going to want to have on hand is a type of raw sugar. I'm just using like a basic coconut sugar here, but you can use any type of raw sugar that is thick and granular because you want it to be able to scrub away any impurities on your scalp. Now, the way that you're going to make this hair mask is you're going to take about a third cup of your raw sugar, and then you're just going to add about a quarter cup of Crisan. Then you're just going to mix it around really well, and it's going to look almost like a nice tasty brown sugar scrub. Now you can do the exact same thing with sugar and the Crisan True Age Moisturizing Facial for your skin, and it works wonders. The way that I would apply this is with my fingertips. I would just kind of scoop it out. Once again, separate my hair so that the lines are showing, and apply it to my scalp wherever I can and scrub it really well for a good 10 or even 15 minutes, just until you feel a little bit bored of getting a head massage. It could be longer, 2 hours. After you've massaged your scalp pretty well, you can go ahead and just wash it out. You don't need to apply it to your entire hair from root to tip. You could if you wanted to, but it's not necessary at all. If you've ever done a DIY hair mask before, you've probably used this next ingredient: eggs. Eggs are extremely nutritious, especially for your hair. In order to replenish, hair requires protein and biotin and keratin. Eggs are an excellent source of all of these and more. When I use egg to make a hair mask, I use the white and the yolk. I generally use 2 eggs if I'm using it for just myself. It's such a simple recipe to do. All you need to do is break 2 eggs in a bowl. Then go ahead and add a quarter cup of Crisan and blend it really well. When you apply this egg hair mask, you want to be extra careful. Wear clothing that you don't mind getting dirty. Another really great ingredient that you can add to Crisan, which I've shared to many of you already, but you do need to be careful when using, is lime. Using lime on your hair is kind of like when you use an apple cider vinegar rinse. Lime is very acidic, and so you don't want it to sit in your hair overnight, and I generally wash my hair out after about an hour whenever I have lime in it. When you use 1 lime, you want to mix it with at least a quarter cup of Crisan. Sometimes if you don't have a lot of hair, 1 lime might be too much for you, so you would use half a lime. Squeeze it into a bowl, add a quarter cup of Crisan, use your old foundation brush, and apply it much in the same way that you would with all of these masks. After you let it sit in your hair for about 30 minutes to an hour, just wash it out as you normally would. Your hair will become so soft and very shiny when you use lime. But you also don't want to overuse it. I would limit your lime hair masks to about once a month. Another deeply nourishing ingredient that you can add to Crisan is organic plain yogurt. I've chosen to use this Stonyfield organic Greek yogurt, and I use 1/2 cup of this yogurt mixed with a quarter cup of Crisan for my entire hair. And now before I end, there are a few tips that I would like to share with you in regards to taking care and maintaining your hair every single day. Number 1, whenever you wash your hair, make sure that you wash with cool to room temperature water. Warm and hot water showers are actually very damaging and can cause hair fall. Another thing that can be very damaging to your hair's growth and health is sun exposure. You want to limit your sun exposure as much as possible. I recommend going out in the early morning between 7 in the morning till about 9 and getting about 5 to 10 minutes at most of good morning sun. Your body can naturally create vitamin D from the sunlight, and that's extremely beneficial for your health and for your hair growth. But if you spend too much time in the sun, it can have extremely damaging effects, including hair fall and premature graying. If you're trying to grow your hair out, or if you're trying to repair damage done to your hair, making sure that you're getting enough sleep is critical. You'll want to make sure that you're getting an adequate amount of rest. Having a good night's sleep is not only beneficial for your hair and your skin health, it makes your entire body feel good and perform its proper functions. Now, one of the more obvious but extremely important factors in your hair, your skin, and your overall health is your diet. You want to make sure that you're eating the right types of foods that your body can use as building blocks to replenish your cells. When you eat a diet that's void of basic nutrition, your cells suffer so much, and your body might not get the right nutrients to perform properly. Lastly, as you may know, one of the major causes of hair fall, premature graying, and everything that could possibly go wrong with hair is stress. Stress is something that sometimes we don't really have a lot of control of because things happen to us that we can't avoid. But if we can take these stressful events and process them in a way that is calming and soothing, it can be such a great thing for our overall health, including your hair growth. So if there's anything I can teach you, anything that I can leave you with, it would be to take care of yourself, both body, mind, and spirit. Set aside time to take care of your well-being, to be happy, to find joy. Incorporate into your life daily activities that are specific for your own self-care. I've been growing my hair now for 4 years. It might seem like a long time to you, but for me, it went by really fast. My hair is healthier now, stronger now than it's ever been before. And my goal is to be able to help you achieve that same thing. So if your goal is to get stronger, healthier hair, to repair what's been damaged, or to replace what's been lost, all I can recommend to you is to just start and do your best. Before my family started the brand Crisan, we wanted to make sure that we were not just a brand that gave product, but we wanted to be a brand that gave service. That's why if you purchase a bottle of Crisan, you are invited to attend a once monthly group chat. It's a meeting space that I created for all of you to have a place where you can go that's safe and inviting, where you can share your personal experiences and struggles, and where we can all work together to create lifestyle plans to help you achieve your goals. I've created a daily planner that I send to all of my Crisan users. This planner has specific goals that you can check off your list day by day. I teach wonderful recipes that you can follow, and there's absolutely no pressure. We just wanted to create a very supportive environment where you can be around people who have the same struggles and goals as you. When we work together, we can achieve great things, and with the support of a good community like the Crisan community, you'll be able to know where you can turn to when you have questions. Our next meeting is on June 6th. If you purchased Crisan through Amazon, you might not have received an invitation, and that's because Amazon does not release customer emails to the vendors. So if you want to be invited to our Crisan community group chats, all you need to do is this: email me at ariana@crisanbeauty.com. In the subject line, just include that you'd like to be added to the group chats. In the email, you'll need to tell me your name and your Amazon order ID. Then I'll be able to send you the information that you need along with the link to join. I really want to thank all of you for your support. It's been so fun getting to know you. Please let me know if you have any questions. Leave a comment below if you'd like me to make any more videos for you, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.